I'm not alone. Have you lost family or friends? Do you wonder if you should find a psychic and reconnect? Is it real? Is it a scam? How does it all work? I'm here to tell you, I accidentally but absolutely found that it's not only real, but anyone, can contact loved ones in the afterlife themselves, and without wondering if you're just imagining it. Many years ago, I watched a psychic TV show, and I sat very much as the skeptic. But some things that were said got me wondering, and I had a slight glimpse of a world that possibly could exist, but seemed unlikely. The weird thing is, I found myself thinking about it as I tried unsuccessfully to fall asleep that night. I started thinking, could you actually talk to someone who had died? Of all people, the person I heard was my father-in-law and was convinced I was imagining it. Words were said that were confronting, not what I knew about the situation, and the exactly opposite of what my wife would remember. I felt sure I wasn't imagining it, but how could I prove it? I felt a voice mention something to me that made no sense. A jar of pens falling off the desk. Next morning, I gingerly told my wife what happened. She dismissed it all as ridiculous, so I asked her about the pens and the jar falling over. The shock on her face was priceless. How do you know about that? I laughed. That was the start of my discovery of a simple way to verify you're not making it up. Over the years, I found I could help people sharing contact from the afterlife, but I discover I could help far more by sharing my simple discovery. Surprisingly, I've never seen anyone else talk about this, yet it's so simple. And it doesn't involve paying someone money. I believe everyone is capable of connecting with loved ones from the other side. I have found a significantly large portion of the population suspects there's something out there, but are too afraid to admit it, or too afraid they will be ridiculed. So let me tell you how simple it is. Try this, and you'll see for yourself. Take a quiet time where you won't be disturbed. Later it won't matter. But to start, it's easier if there's no interruptions or a lot of noise. You don't need candles and soft music and incense. Just you, some quiet and deep breathing. Sit or lay down quietly and take several long, slow breaths in and out. Breathe deeply, slowly in, hold for 5 seconds, then slowly breathe out all the way. Pause, then repeat. Do this several times. What this does is let your mind relax. It will naturally cause you to let go your conscious mind and relax. When you feel relaxed, think of the person you're wanting to connect with, or ask who would like to connect with you. You can say this to yourself or out loud. Now, just imagine they're talking to you. You can do nothing more than say hello. Or you can ask a question, or you can ask, is there anything you'd like to tell me? Have your conversation as short or as long as you feel comfortable with. Despite what everyone says, most people do this at some point, at a funeral. Who hasn't said some words to the person who has passed away? Most do. Few admit it. When you've had your conversation, the problem you're faced with is, did I imagine that? Or is it real? And here's the simple answer. Ask. Tell me something I don't know or something I've forgotten. This is important. It's the first thought that enters your head. It could be words, a feeling, an image, a thought. Don't analyze it or question it or trying to make things up. It's the first thought without any qualification. Just that first thing that comes through. Now this thought, image, feeling, or words will either be something you don't know or something you've forgotten. Don't think about it any more than that. Sometimes, but not often, you will understand the thought quickly. But most times, it may take a few hours or even a few days. For example, it could be a thought from when you were young, and it takes you a while to go through your memories, and then you realize, yes, I remember that. But it's not something you instantly know. You have to think about it. And that's because they know you wouldn't instantly remember it. If it makes sense, then everything in your conversation is real. Or if it's something you don't know, then over the coming hours, days, or weeks, you will be presented with that event. When it happens, and it absolutely will, know that's proof that you didn't imagine that conversation. Now, if you're open to this, and you do this, and trust what I'm saying is right, you will have experiences of connection that you can prove and verify are real, and it gets easier and easier to do. This information has been shared by an Australian psychic who has ceased doing public work. Please like, share, and subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Have you had any success or similar experiences? Let us know. Thank you.
you.